Radio for the West Midlands.
But first, back to something that we've been talking about on the programme earlier, and Lou has been talking about in the news this morning. Now, if you ever had your car stolen, you might want to sit down for this, by the way, because we've discovered that thieves in Birmingham are advertising their crimes online. They're actually filming themselves breaking into people's homes, stealing cars, and driving them recklessly around the city. Our reporter Laura Chiverton has the story.
These are the thieves who are bragging about stealing cars.
Send it off, lads. Let's see it roar.
I've been following the group on Instagram who are operating in South Birmingham. They've even filmed themselves showing off knives and breaking into people's homes.
Burglars from the ends.
And although they protect their identities, they're putting all the evidence online. I've spoken to recent victims of car crime about this, and they've told me criminals who targeted them were just as confident they wouldn't get caught.
Yeah, my husband's away. His car was parked on the drive. It's got a 4x4 and it's a keyless one. And I noticed his alarm went off. I looked out the window and there was a group of about 6 or 7, like literally young guys, and they were just standing on our drive, and they were literally waving at me. One of them even pulled his pants down and kind of, showed me things I didn't want to see. And they just drove off the car right in front of my face.
So it was a joke to them?
It was an absolute joke to them, yeah. And I was on the phone to the police straight away. And I did not leave the house. I was looking out through the bedroom window. They knew I was on the phone to the police, but they just didn't care. They were literally just waving at me, and they'd all just jumped in the car.
Hi, my name's Vicky Mayer. I'm from Birmingham, and my golf was stolen. They broke into our house whilst we were asleep upstairs. It's horrendous, really, knowing that someone's been into your house and gone through all your things and obviously taken something that you've worked hard to get. And yes, in recent weeks, we've sort of heard through mutual friends that someone's been bragging about coming back and stealing it again.
And that was 3 days later?
Yeah, 3 days later they came back and took it for a second time. It's just a game, really, to some people.
Hi, I'm Serena Wilkes. I live in Haledowen. We've had a total of 3 cars stolen in the space of about 3 months. Cars ranging from sort of £19,000 to £23,000 and £8,000. The criminals are upping it all the time, and these criminals know that the police haven't got the resources to do anything, so they're just continuing the way they are. And it's the people like us and other people who've had their cars stolen are the ones that are suffering. Yes, you've got insurance, but every time your car's stolen, your premiums still go up, even though it's no fault of your own.
Hi, Andy from the Haledowen area.
What did you make of that Instagram there that I showed you of people videoing themselves committing crimes and putting it out there, albeit anonymously, putting it on the internet?
No, it doesn't surprise me, because the process we had from when the car was initially stolen, just thought, we'll have insurance and the police will deal with it, and these things happen and whatever. Kind of since after going through the process, actually, the police never looked at my car, they never came to my house, so they never followed up on anything, they never fingerprinted anything. So actually, if people can just steal a car and never be investigated, I can see how they would just be so brazen.
Our reporter Laura Chiverton has been looking into this worrying trend among car thieves, which West Midlands Police say they are aware of. They told us that the force is taking a far more proactive approach by monitoring social media to make arrests and take these car thieves off the streets. The Police and Crime Commissioner David Jameson described the videos as distressing and truly shocking, and said the bragging online takes these crimes to new lows. But we've also found out here on BBC WM that the police aren't the only ones monitoring these criminals. Omar, who doesn't want to use his full name, has made it his business to expose these thieves online, and he joins me now. Omar, good morning to you.
Hi, good morning. Thanks for having me on.
An absolute pleasure. How did you get involved in this in the first place?
Okay, so actually, I specialise in bike crime. I was a London courier, and I kept getting targeted for my bike by similar type of people that actually steal cars. And what happened was I kept getting dragged off, I kept getting attacked. I used to go home with so many stories about, oh, this has happened today, that has happened, and it was literally becoming unbelievable. So I brought myself a camera. I used to be a video editor, so I just started to capture what I was going through. And before long, I had a massive following because of literally just the nature of the videos that I was capturing. They were just so unbelievable, and they were going viral, and they were going on all the news stations. And before long, it was becoming too dangerous to continue my work as a courier because these thieves didn't like the fact I was recording them. It came to the point where I actually recognized the thieves, despite the fact they've got balaclavas on, and I was seeing them more than I was seeing the police. So before long, it actually became a full-time job of just recording these guys, trying to expose them. And before long, it wasn't just me going out riding on my bike to see these thieves. It was actually on Instagram and other social media platforms where these guys just brag and they show their whole lives, and they literally, all of them are competing to get followers, and they get followers by doing outrageous crimes, and they're all trying to outcompete each other. It's really crazy.
So obviously, without naming these Instagram accounts or the people thought to be behind it, why did you turn your attention from bikes, I suppose, to exposing these particular car thieves in Birmingham?
Well, what it was, I was trying to expose a bike gang in Birmingham, and I was on a live stream. So sometimes I actually try to talk to these guys, like live on online, just to sort of see if they would leak information, because they're, some of them are that thick that even though they know I'm trying to expose them, they would, they want fame so much that they would come on, talk to me, and they would actually leak their faces in some occasions. Oh, sorry about that.
I hope you're not. It's not another bike being stolen, is it?
No.
Thank goodness for that.
And what happened was this person, whose name I'm not going to mention, joined my live stream, and he was like, "Oh, why are you concentrating on bikes? Cars, you can make a lot more money from cars. Check out my account." And he was just trying to show off. And after that live stream, I checked his account out, and I promise you, out of everyone I've ever exposed, this was absolutely the worst account I've come across. I mean, this guy had loads of videos of him walking through people's houses. I imagine you go on Instagram and you find this random account, and you've been burgled before, and you're looking through it and you see someone walking through your house, going through your stuff. It was absolutely outrageous. Not only was he doing that, he was stealing keys. These, as dumb as most of them are, they actually can be quite advanced. They've got special machines that sometimes they don't even need to enter your house. They'll put the box outside your house. They'll pick up the wireless signal from your key if it is a keyless car, and they can be off with your car within minutes. And from what I could see, they weren't just going out, being opportunistic thieves. These cars that they were stealing were actually ordered by people. So what they do is they put posts up saying, "What cars do you?" So other thieves that follow them will say, "Oh, we want this car," and then if they know where the car is, they'll go and steal it. That's like, they're so confident. So
even though, as you say, these people aren't very bright, they're actually savvy enough to realise that in fact they're moving on from being joyriders to actual thieves, so they can make good money out of stealing cars.
Oh yeah, these guys are living good lives. From what I could see, some of them, in the video I actually made, I said they've got more cars than Car Giant. They have a fleet of cars. Literally, they have access to cars that, your ordinary person could only dream of having, like 50,000, 60,000 pound cars. This is not just, your average, banger that they're stealing that's got bad security. These guys are stealing high value cars, even a Maserati in one of them.
Because in fact, what's happening, Omar, is, but as you mentioned, you alluded to it earlier actually in our chat this morning, you're actually at risk yourself because, they don't like you looking at what they're doing, do they? So you've had threats and stuff.
Yeah, I get death threats on a daily basis. I had to move house twice in the last year because of my address being exposed. Just to take this interview, because I wanted to take it outside. I was quite annoying because there's a dog there. But I have to. I don't wear like normal clothes that could identify me because, when I first started this, I didn't hide my identity. That's my biggest mistake. So it is quite. It is quite annoying trying to not be spotted on a daily basis, but I just basically hide in plain sight. And before I did, try to change what I wear, my clothes and stuff to just put these guys off, I was actually getting spotted on a daily basis because what I'm doing is so effective. I have fake accounts all across social media, which is where they brag. And, I spend hours a day just sitting in, these chats with these thieves and criminals, and literally they don't hide anything. They talk about what they're doing. They talk about what they're going to do. And obviously I alert the police every time.
I was going to say, what do the police feel about what you do in general? Do you think they with you on this, or they're saying actually it's their job?
absolute support from them, absolute support. I talk to them quite a bit, and I've actually got like sort of special sort of links if I have any sort of immediate information. The thing is, what they say to me is they don't have, they're governed by so many rules and stuff that I'm not governed by as a normal citizen. So they can't actually go on there and make fake accounts and listen to these guys, whereas as a normal citizen I can. There's nothing illegal about what I'm doing. So I'm in a sort of special place where I'm doing what basically no one else is doing, and no one else has done this before. And actually, because everything is so public on my channel, I show everything that I do. I've actually started to encourage normal, people that wouldn't otherwise do so to do the exact same, and they enjoy it, and they do exactly what I do. They don't make the videos from it, but they forward information to the police, and a lot of the time they send me information, which makes my job a lot easier, because it's not just me listening in now. There's loads of other like-minded good people are willing to try.
The more the merrier. Omar, thanks so much indeed for talking to us about some of the risks and rewards, and stay safe, won't you? And good luck with exposing those thieves. It's incredible, isn't it? It's 2018 and that sort of stuff is happening.